Mr. Chair. Good afternoon and welcome to the March 26th joint meeting of Glendale City Council and Glendale Financing Authority. May we have the roll call, please?
Councilmember Agajanian.
Present.
Devine.
Here.
Garapetian.
Here.
Najarian.
Here.
Mayor Sinanian.
Here. May we have the report, please?
The agenda for the March 26, 2019 joint public meeting of the City Council and Financing Authority was posted on Friday, March 22, 2019 on the bulletin board outside City Hall.
Thank you. What's next?
One would be Director of Finance, refinancing options with the City of Glendale, variable rate demand certificates of participation for the 2000 police building project. 1A, City Council motion directing staff to prepare refinancing documents for consideration at a subsequent meeting as directed by the City Council.
Mr. Mayor, members of the City Council and the Financing Authority members. Today will mark Mr. Elliott's last presentation to this body, and I think he's extremely excited about making this presentation, especially since it's in the afternoon, on the police building debt refinancing options. And Mr. Mayor, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Mr. Elliott for his dedicated service to the City of Glendale and to public service for over 30 years, and he's been with us for 11 in the City of Glendale. We will surely miss him. And I know you were unable to make it to his party last week, sir, but wanted to bid him well, and we are going to definitely miss him.
Mr. Elliott, I also want to congratulate you. Thank you. We will miss you. I'm not sure that you're going to miss us.
Well, I still live here, so who knows? I may be a gadfly.
There you go.
You never know.
Please don't do that. Because you know too much.
Exactly. Anyway, Mr. Mayor, members of the City Council and Financing Authority, we were here 3 years ago to present options for refinancing the 2000 COPs for the police building, the debt that was originally issued. And I'll go through the various pieces of the debt with a little bit of a history and then dive into our recommendations. So as I said, when the building was contemplated being built, we had quite a bit of cash on hand, but issued COPs to the tune of $64.2 million back in the year 2000 to fund the police structure, which was the 157,000 square foot police building plus the parking garage. As of June of this coming year, you will have $29.8 million outstanding of that original $64 million. We still have about $15 million in our debt service fund to service that debt, so we have about half of it in cash. So originally, as I said, it was a 30-year certificate of participation, and we kept that structure from 2000 to 2010. We had it was a standby purchase agreement that we had that reset weekly. We restructured it in 2010 to a 3-year agreement with J.P. Morgan Chase. Came back again, restructured it for another 3 years with Bank of America, and renewed that current structure, which is a variable rate direct purchase, which is based off the LIBOR index plus a 0.47% credit spread. Right now, the rate is about 2.8% on the variable. So, just said all that. So, again, we have the 29 million outstanding. We could have options. We came up with 5 different options for you. We engaged Suzanne Harrell of Harrell & Associates, who's been our financial advisor for numerous bond issues, primarily in redevelopment, but has assisted us with this over the years. So the options we have before you today are a full payoff. That would require a contribution of $14.7 million from the general fund reserves. Put that cash together with the $15 million that we have in the debt service fund, we could pay off the debt completely. We have fixed rate refinancing options, and we'll split those into 2 As the variable rate, we can do partial refundings or full refundings or refinancings for either of those. At the end of the day, looking at the numbers that we came up with, the fixed rate bonds for 11 years that would avoid any further restructuring from this point forward. The fixed rate market is about 2% all in with cost of issuance and bond counsel and disclosure counsel and the underwriter fees. Comparing that to the variable rate that would on average be about 3.3%. It doesn't make any sense to go with a variable rate. And frankly, with the interest that we're earning in the Treasury, it's advantageous to borrow the lesser expensive money to go that way. So that staff's recommendation is to move forward with a fixed rate refunding and issue bonds for the remaining 11 years of the debt.
Assuming we follow staff's recommendation, this arrangement would be for the duration of the loan.
Correct.
Right? Until
All
it's
11
paid off
years.
entirely. Any questions?
No, we were briefed on this item, and the key is that the reserves that we have, it's generating more in reserves generates more revenue in reserves than just paying down the note. So that's why I think we are not paying down the note and just keeping our reserves the way it is, just to keep our ratings up as well. And this is, again, set to be paid off in 11 years?
Yeah, 2030.
All right, I'm okay with it.
We have a motion?
I just have a question.
Structure.
How this came about? This building has been done in year 2000?
Yes.
And then how we owe 33 million? Still we owe 33 million on it.
Well, like most mortgages, you don't get to the principal till later on in the stream of things. So we've paid a lot of interest over the years, and only about
19 years.
Yeah,
And still we owe 33 million on it?
we owe 29.
29.
Yep. Not a financing I would have done, but I wasn't here, so.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, one thing to note, and we'll be back, well, I'm speaking for the we out there. Because the debt was issued through our current financing authority, moving forward, we need to dissolve this financing authority and create a new one, and Jillian's more the expert in that, and Mike, than I, but we'll be back to create that and then move forward with the debt issuance based on creating those two new structure, or that new structure.
So we will be before all of you 2 more times outside of today,
And when will that be approximately?
9th and the 16th.
of April.
So just to recap, this loan is maturing in July of this year,
Correct.
and we are refinancing it for 11 years.
Correct.
And this is a set number, it's a fixed rate, and it will be paid off in 11 years, and we are keeping our reserves, that $15 or $16 million in our reserves account. We are not spending that money on this loan today.
Correct, and we'll whittle that down over the years as there's still funding coming in from the general fund of about $1.7 million per year that we go in there and match the debt service, but it'll whittle down over the years.
So the reserve will whittle down?
Yeah.
Where will it go?
To pay down the
Towards
debt,
payments.
yeah.
Okay, so our payments will
So the
increase over
supplemental
time.
amount comes from the general fund, yeah.
So yeah, that money is going to be used as intended, which is to pay off this.
Correct.
If there are no other questions or comments, I'll make the motion.
Two motions.
Two motions. We
One,
have
one
a-
for each, same motion,
Right.
one for each agency.
1A and B.
I move 1A and B.
Sorry, they need to be moved separately.
I'll
One's for
move
the
1A.
housing, one's for the financing authority, one's for the council, sorry.
Second that.
May we have the roll call on 1A?
Councilmember Agujanian,
Yes.
Devine,
Yes.
Garpetian,
Yes.
Najarian. Yes. Mayor Sinania.
Yes. 1B, please.
I'll move 1B.
Roll call on 1B.
Agency member Agujanian,
Yes.
Devine,
Yes.
Garpetian,
Yes.
Najarian. Yes. Mayor Sinania.
Yes. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
We are adjourned at 3:16 PM. And welcome
Financing
back.
authority, too.
I'm sorry.
Move to adjourn for the financing authority.
Second.
And we're adjourned for Finance Authority as well, at still 3:16 p.m. So, welcome back to the March 26, 2019 special meeting of Glendale City Council. May we have the roll call, please?
Councilmember Agajanian?